And welcome back, everybody. The excitement hasn't ended. That was a really explosive game to kick us off, but we've got an even more, well, maybe not even more exciting. We've got another exciting game coming up, and it's exciting because one of the teams is one that we all know and love if you've been kind of keeping a close eye on the women's scene in the last couple of years. We've got Poland versus Serbia as our second game of the day.
Yeah, this one should be pretty cool. There's a lot of eyes on Poland in general in terms of what they can do, how they can come in towards this sort of tournament and see how they fare. And in their group as well, I would assume that they've got a decent amount of leeway as well. They're in Group D. It's Poland, Serbia, Austria, Wales, Belarus, and Luxembourg. Part of us might be a little bit biased to see what Wales can do, or at least for me, just because, you know, we don't really get many UK teams out here. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on them. But in general, this is a group in which I think, you know, there could be a lot of damage dealt here. I mean, I'm looking at individually Poland, what they can bring. Serbia, for us, a little bit more of an unknown quantity. And that could be for a good thing or a bad thing. Who knows?
Yeah, I think the interesting thing about Poland as well is that we didn't get to see this team play last time. I think we didn't get a Polish team represented, and I think that surprised a lot of people because when we look at kind of international rosters in the women's circuit, the Polish team is pretty well known. So we'll bring them up and we can reveal who we've got here because it's none other than the Na'Vi Javelins themselves. And now, listen, I'm a big fan of this team. I got a Na'Vi Javelins jersey right behind me on my wall. Okay, this is a team that, you know, if you've been following the ESL Impact circuit and you're a fan of, you're probably as heartbroken as me because they're a team that seemed destined to lift a trophy and has never been able to do it. But this is a tournament where I think they can finally do it. So we look at this team. If you're not familiar, I'll run you through it. All right, we got Letty, we got Viku, the Orpa of this team, recently taking over the IGL duties. This team has juggled the IGL role every year. It's like, okay, we couldn't lift the trophy this time. Let's try a different player IGLing. I don't know if I was a big fan of the VQ IGL move. It looked good, actually, at the start because she was still fragging, but they actually had their worst result the last ESL Impact LAN so far. So, early stages, we'll keep an eye on it. Then we've got Hanka, Lena, and Angelica, and I think the two players that you're looking at here as your superstars alongside VQ are going to be Hanka and Angelica. Angelica is one of the best riflers in the scene. But I think what's been a cool storyline for this team is how Hanka has developed over the last 6 months because she's actually been their highest rated rifler.
Yes. Yeah, I'm really looking at this side to see if they can bounce back. You know, they didn't make out of groups when we saw them in towards ESO Impacts. Losses to Let Her Cook and Flux of Demons. What can you do? Let Her Cook, we'll give them their credit. They look very, very solid. Flux Demons are a little bit of the South American side of things, and they looked also pretty cool as well. But Na'Vi Javelins were a side that, like, I think they were always seen as probably the best challengers towards, I guess, now Imperial. And yeah, unfortunately wasn't to be this time. Let's take a look at Serbia. And Serbia, a couple more names that we're not 100% too sure with. We've got, I'm going to hopefully I don't butcher any of these in all fairness, but we've got Ivona CS, right? Nice and easy. Alska, hope that's okay. Monica, that was good. Kuka, that was fine. And Schmizia or Schmizler.
Could be Kuka.
Kuka. Okay.
Kuka. Either way, yeah, this is a team of players that we haven't, I guess, seen as individuals playing at kind of the top level of the women's circuit. You know, we do have a little information. You know, Ivona is the Orpa on this squad, so expect that out from her. But for the most part, this is a team that comes here as a massive underdog, and that means that in some level the pressure's off, right? They've got a lot more kind of room. It is, I think, basically the same core that played last time for Serbia. So yeah, they weren't quite able to do a deep run last time around, but it's been a while since then. So hoping that, you know, they've been able to, seeing as it is a similar core, you know, bounce back because it was actually pretty close. They had some really close games against particularly Israel, which has had Paulie on that team. So definitely a team that could upset, but we'll have to see.
Have to see. Well, what we can do is we can see the veto, see where we're heading here. Do we get similar sort of style? We do get basically, I think this is going to be a pretty common factor here. We are going to get either the Anubis or the Ancient down towards the end. We are going to get Ancients again coming through. This shouldn't really be any surprise. All the teams seem to be leaning here. So no real surprises.
Actually, no, it's a massive surprise now. I'm going to say it right now. Why the hell have they have Poland banned Nuke? That's silly. That's silly, okay. Viku, if you're in charge. Okay, no, sorry. I've been told it's a mistake.
Ah,
Okay, so my
okay.
rant is cut short. They banned Mirage. All right. I thought it was odd.
Yeah.
Sorry, they didn't ban Mirage. We end up on Mirage. Whatever. I
Yes.
don't care. This is where we are. This is good for Serbia, and I'm annoyed at Poland that we ended up here because while they're a good team on this map, I think they could have punished in this veto because they have such a strong map pool.
Yeah, they're trying to lay down the gauntlet, maybe. And in all fairness, it started off well. 2-for-1 trading towards under a contact play, which is given a double. That is such a quick swing, Angelica. And I think this round feels like it might already be done here, Lucy. Oh, I think it most definitely is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, listen. I'm still not happy about Mirage. It's their least played map this year. Like, why would you take a random team that does not play in the Islington circuit that has very little tape and you go to Mirage of all maps? Yeah. I mean, look, listen. They're still the best team probably in this entire event. So, you know, the individuals are going to outclass just on paper. But you're just opening up possibility for upset if you go to Mirage, and I don't like that. It's not good.
This feels like it's touched the nerve here, Luce. I can't quite figure it out, man.
I also just hate Mirage.
There we go. Now we're getting the real one. Mac 10's running in. Oh, it's a massacre. There's so much money in the back pockets. 4 kills coming through for VQ. Nice and easy. While that runs into a throwaway, I'm also going to run through some of the other results that we had while we get the buys coming through. France beat Turkey 13-2. Norway beat Croatia 13-8. Czech Republic beat Slovakia 13-5. Portugal beat Hungary 13-1. And Ukraine beat Bulgaria 13-9. All of those sound about right?
Ukraine surprises me there because that Bulgaria squad has Hellrose and very experienced player. The Portugal result doesn't surprise me at all. And the rest, about how I expect. But yeah, Portugal, I look at them alongside Poland as a favorite. Fast play into B, but a strong crossfire established. And even while blinded, that's a nice set of kills coming through for Ivano and for Monica, who wants to get involved for more and has to because Lena and Letty did get 2 equalizers. But now they're forced to retreat. Letty has to fall back, and Viku, with the AWP upgraded from the Mac 10, looks to take space in middle.
Making a move. Won't really be any contact for a little while. She can get up towards top con. It's more about where do you go here? Do you get the timing? And it looks like, yeah, actually, no, doubling back now. Molotov will come down, swing behind it. Could be dicey. No. You're going to die to the flames or the AWP. Pick your poison. Chooses 50 cal to the chest as they'll fall. A 2 versus 2, and a bomb should come down as well.
That spread was so unfortunate. Could have played around the edge of it, but not to be allowed. So even Stevens, and with that bomb planted where it is, VQ has all of the world to work with in the post plant. There's a smoke that will make it hard for her. Flash goes right. Lack of a kit will be a problem. Smoke onto the bomb, and VQ spots one on the cross, gets the shot, and she has a HE to blow this as well. Tap on it, but not going to commit. Now they know, and VQ puts her down. 3k in the round, brings that one back from the brink after Serbia put up a good defense on the B bomb site. Poland find a way back in.
Oh, yeah. I honestly thought that Serbia were going to come in towards their gun round and take it, and that would have put a bit of a spanner in the works, but a really good resurgence coming through. Really nice couple of shots coming through from VQ. Those last 2 in particular are so quick, and Poland, that 3-0 start, there won't be a buyout for Serbia in response, and again, now this is where Poland can really just start to flex their muscles. They're a solid side in terms of the individuals. You've already said it. Individually, probably the best team here at this tournament. They should be considered one of the favorites in this entire qualifier, maybe the entire thing, and they're playing like it right now. That's a quick shot to start things.
They're the only team, I think. Oh, okay, nice way to find that kill. They're the only team, I think, in the entire event, including every region, that I think plays as a 5 outside of this in like their regular season. So that's a massive advantage that you bring in. Whereas while there's cores present on the others, I don't have that 5-player synergy that the Poland Javelins will be bringing to the table.
I like that little play on it. Yeah, we can run with that. In all fairness, It's a 4-0 start. Some nice shots coming through. Do you think this is just the sign of things to come, Lucy, just for this entire game? Just that it's the sad kind of matter of the fact?
Yeah, I mean, this is why Poland have allowed Mirage to come through, because they can just default and they don't need to get tricky with it, because they can just send an individual to sort of each part of the map to just do their thing. And it just, if you're like playing at a purely maths game and you kind of look at the head-to-heads that are going to be taking place in every avenue of the map, it's always going to be favoring Poland in each engagement just because of the experience in the individuals. So on paper, everything's set. Set play into A. Angelica gets killed in Monica. Still player on stairs and he's dealing with that. Angelica will make quick work of her. Finally get to see her in the feed with the double. Very low HP on this AWP. Can't really do too much. Krieger is at ticket, but barely able to get involved. Now she's the only one. Now there are players low. Angelica was incredibly low. Missed timing on that swing into CT. Viku is lying with the AWP. Won't matter if she's lacking health. It won't matter at all because Tank is there to catch that retreating player. Poland with blistering pace are 5-0 up.
Oh, they're making this look pretty easy is the main thing. Simple, effective, and so far, so good. 5-0. I think for Poland is probably just the expectation of just how good this side actually is. Now, looking at the group, is there any other teams that you think might be a test to Poland? We've got Serbia, Austria, Wales, Belarus, Luxembourg. Any others that you think, or do you think that one's going to be honestly pretty simple every single game for them?
Yeah. Listen. Okay, hold on.
Hang on. Oh, God.
Sorry, that was... I can barely even respond to you before that round's even over. Anyway, what was I saying? 6-0 up. That's, well, okay, that was just some pistols, but... Again, this is the thing. Poland can just brute force a bomb site. It doesn't matter if there's a 5-player stack there.
Yeah.
They just demolish them.
Okay. Wow. It's pretty brutal so far. So we've got to change things up. They're trying to fight fire with fire. It's not really working. I think in the one round that they nearly won, a lot of it came down to baiting and engagements like that. Molotov and going through it. That's ambitious, to say the least, as the AWP gets the first tunnel visioned in. Will cost her her life.
One back from the top of Shadow, but it's only one. And I wonder if now Poland are going to be like, we're just going to fast hit A every round until it stops working. Because that's 3 in a row that they've now just gone as a group from 5. So they're speed running the A bomb site, which it's kind of like a scrim in that regard, right? You just keep running back the same strategy and working out what's not working. But everything's working right now until they line up and give an opportunity. Viku caught off guard. That one falls apart.
Okay. Well, we will get into the point of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now it is. So let's see then, shall we? 6-1, Serbia get a first. And is this a sign of things to come a little bit for them? They need to start spiraling in a positive fashion. They need to start putting that pressure on towards Poland to stop them quite lackadaisically running in towards these fights. And that might do it. That might just be a little bit of a kick up the arse, which says, all right, let's just clean things up. Let's not overfight. Let's not gift them the kills for nothing. So we shall see. 6-1. Serbia get a first. If they can get up towards 3 or 4, we could maybe start to have a bit of a discussion. Any less still feels quite tough. Orb gets so close there. It just threads the needle.
Yeah, well, it's not working, so they stop going A, and instead, mid-control is the aim of the game, and it's a straight brawl, but there is a kill back. At least for a moment. This is just absolute mayhem in both mid and A, but it's complete collapse of the defenders, and that smoke isolates the AWP. That's going to allow the bomb to be planted. Then he takes a look over and makes sure no one's in ticket. And a 3-on-3 in the retake. Poland threw one of these before. So I imagine they won't get so cocky in taking that space.
He could do a chunk. It does do a fair decent amount. Good find as well above that smoke. And it's all just slotting into place. Viku does get caught in offense. 1v1. Hang on a second. They should know. Once up those stairs, the spray is good. And that's going to be the round. Serbia get 2 rounds back to back. And Poland probably left scratching their heads out a little bit. How are we letting these slip?
Well, I'll tell you how. It's very disrespectful Counter-Strike. And you can understand why they're bringing it forward. But it is being punished in both the rounds they've lost here. It's them just going a bit too far, getting a bit too you can just see it in the way that they're taking the mid fights then. Like Angelica is just holding W and then just spraying at them until they die. And that works for the moment, but then there's the response, and they were praying that Serbia weren't able to respond in kind, and Serbia are now realizing the type of game that Poland want to play, and they're responding to it. So it's gotten them with 2 rounds now on the board. And this is where we might see Poland fall back more into their standard style of Counter-Strike.
I agree. Just this slightly disrespectful style is good when things are working, but when they're not, it just looks sloppy and a little scrappy, which can come back to bite them. BQ get that first. Damage as well. We'll give them coverage if they want to go towards A, but they smoke a top con themselves and are now forced to pump the brakes.
We'll be reading back to A, so it's going to be the split. This is a bit funky fresh as they try and walk through the connector, and oh, she's just sitting in the smoke. Okay, she doesn't get anything done for it. I like the idea of letting them past, and Letty doesn't let them get anywhere. There was a world where that play could have netted a bunch of kills, but I think she gets a little lost in it all.
Yeah, it's maybe waiting a little too long. Should have at least tried to make a little bit of a move. Actually, probably the players even going through the smoke, continuing down in towards connecting, kind of going past them, but it doesn't happen. 5-round buffer built up. Poland going to guarantee a lead, which generally speaking on the T-Sun Mirage is traditionally more than enough. Serbia, fortunately for them, no buy either. But I'm not expecting huge things out of this one. A couple of concentration kills will be nice. And the stick as a group, which I really don't hate. They're all barreling up Cat, looking for fights.
You got a little aggressive, but no one's home. Poland are going back to the A hit. They will successfully take full control of the bomb site. Get a little spicy. Fams rattle off through the smoke, and now the Tigers start to return fire of their own. Don't imagine this one getting too costly with the amount of eyes on the prize, and yeah, no one fallen yet for this T side. Oh, there's that 1 kill coming through the P250. All right, make it 2. And 3. Some sharp shots, giving her a lot of opportunities. They're not going to do any further damage. Still some nice kills. Not going to have a big deal on Poland, given that they're incredibly loaded going into the last 2 rounds. But
sure,
it's just some nice kills to get.
Yeah, good for the mental game. Good for the individuals, I guess, stats in a way, but doesn't really make too big of a difference. 8-2 now. We had an 8-4 half, which then, of course, was flipped. So you can't completely count them out, but Serbia haven't really offered us too much. A couple of rounds they won, they have been good in all fairness, but their economy continues to be in a real fluctuating spot. The P250 does really well with those couple of kills. Nice headshots found, but doesn't make $2 grand of a difference. Plenty of cash still on hand for Poland. These last 2 rounds could be more of the same. Win this one here as well for Poland. They could break that economy once fourth for Serbia, and that could even mean 10-2 at the half.
Jelka's going to try out B, but the flash doesn't quite make it out the window, so she just gets caught and gets deleted. Nice defensive smoke. That's going to separate these Ts. Just gives them one avenue to fight through, and that's straight into Monica. Cooker in the back of the side does have some support. She's managed to get 1, and in the chaos, a second support comes through. So 2-on-4 for these Ts, and there's a late flank on its way. This one's looking like a 3rd for Serbia. 100%. Surely Anka's about to meet the tail end of this MP9, and that's going to put VQ in an impossible clutch. That's 1 kill for her. All right, it's not impossible because it's VQ, but the AWP on the other side does make it impossible.
Yeah, there we go. A 3rd taken. Making an 8-4, it's workable. I think anything less than 8-4 feels like a big struggle. You need multiple gun rounds in a row, but 8-4 is a potential. You get the pistol, the force is probably yours as well. That's a 2-round game. Puts all the pressure on the next gun round. This is me trying to kind of justify how we're going to see Serbia back into it. It's still Poland who have the bulk of the momentum. It's still them who are playing this quite loose, unorthodox style of play, which is very puggy. not to deepen towards the strats and all the rest, but they haven't really needed to be, in all fairness. Oh, don't know if the top con player was spotted there. It might not make a difference anyway. In towards Cat. First fight taken well.
Still a lot of defenders, and Poland have been pretty straightforward where they're going, so everyone rotates, but it might not matter as the player on site is found. We've got 2 AWPs in the retake as well. And they have to go for this one, because last round of the half, that's a good kill. So many flames. They are cooking in the market. Oh, they just burned out. And then beaten down through the smoke. Not much to be done. A 9-3 half for Poland.
Okay, this might then potentially be where we see things just lock itself in towards place for Poland. I mean, 9-3. That is such a dominant sort of scoreline to try and return from. Really is asking quite a lot. But there was a couple of flashes of brilliance from Serbia, a couple of moments which were really nice from them. Overall, is it going to be enough? I'm not sold just yet. A pistol is an absolute necessity. Anything less, and I think we're probably talking about potentially the beginning of the end there. But really good individual work from some of the players over towards Poland who just look so damn crisp. Letty's had a real nice couple of shots, but Viku's been the main one. That AWP in play, just sort of unstoppable. 6-round difference. A pistol round so needed for Serbia. And they're going to go relatively slow, but for the most part towards B. It's not the bomb here, though. This is all a ruse.
Yeah, I mean, Poland just push on both sides of the server, it seems. But yeah, it's a ruse. But it's a ruse that's kind of worked. They could have just committed as a whole squad, and they would have actually had some really clean entries in a post plant. Instead, they will get the bomb down on A, and they'll be on a 2-on-4 as the penny drops. Have to rotate. It's not a kit that I can see, so it's going to mean they have to find these kills fast. One on default, spotted off the back of that flash in the air, and fighting from CT. They know where both these Ts are, and they're fighting forward. They're looking to try and brawl, but you can't get past Lena. 2 sharp headshots and double digits for Poland.
And yeah, again, that might be where things start to spiral and say they're done here. A 10th taken, which is good. I mean, the bomb plant should at least facilitate an investment coming through, but that investment might even just be the last hurrah in itself. That might be where things lock itself into place, because if Serbia aren't able to take it, we're probably talking about it being done and dusted here. Poland, good retake. I honestly thought at one point they'd lost that as well. Slight overfighting. They'd called things wrong as well with that sort of fake over towards B working well, but in the end, it doesn't make a difference. 7-round buffer for Poland. And it's actually not even a force buy coming through for Serbia. They're opting to half buy here to full buy next, and that could be for all the marbles, Lucy.
That's kind of surprising they don't go for the buy into this round with the bomb plant, and given the deficit of rounds, because now you're going to be playing with 8-round difference, and that's going to make it really hard to come back in. Whereas a force buy, if you win it right, you're onto 4. Poland's money is then broken. They have to force, and you win that round as well because you're favored, and that's kind of your pathway back in. So I probably would have preferred it with this sort of massive lead that Poland have. Oh. Managed to get past BQ. Oh, this is getting a little scary. How is she still alive?
No.
She doesn't even believe it.
How has she got away with that? How? They just don't confirm the kill. They're so focused on the bomb plot more than the kill itself that she just stays alive, gets one in towards under, kind of has the support for the second, and the pistol pulled out. It's carnage, it's chaos, but for all the wrong but all the right reasons, because this sort of Counter-Strike is very entertaining. 11-3, the full buy to come through for Serbia. This is, for them, about survival. This is for everything. This is the all-in call on the poker table. They have to make this round work. If they don't, they are in trouble. He takes a lot of damage, but gets out of there alive.
Well, that spam does a lot as well into Lena. VQ feeling the pressure as they start to approach her position. This is just a brawl of utility. Constantly flashes, smokes, mollies thrown in each direction while the spam comes through the smokes. No team really making headway. Resmoke and window will allow the T's to continue to progress. You can see the intention is that B split, but take a look at Spawn. Take a look at Angelica. She's pushed all the way through. all the information on these players in mid. She capitalized on it, and this pause from Serbia will be their undoing, or will it? Only the one. So there is a way out. Hanka on the headshot line gets one. That's free. This trade is going to be free as well. Not expecting a play to be that close. Almost capitalizes on the second. Heichi over. A lot of damage done onto Letty, who's stuck. Pincid. In fact, the rest of her team is nowhere to be found. In deep short, the MP9s can't quite get it done until finally Viku gets one back, but both these CTs are limping. In fact, everyone on the server is battered and bruised after the initial phrase. But the push from Lena through the apartments is enough to get it back into the advantage of Poland. And it's Onivona at the back of bench. A 1v2, can't get the first. Lena gets it, and that's map point for Poland.
At the very least, the kills, the bomb plant, it should suffice for an okay buy coming through, but map point and probably about to be closed out. Another clutch going the way of Poland. Another instance where there was a chance to make it work and it just doesn't slot itself into play. You can see these slight instances of overfighting, but I don't really blame them all too much. They've been clean. These rounds haven't been, for the most part, too scary, and they just know that individually they're the better side right now. So I don't blame when Poland overfight, or somebody gets a little giddy because they've got a kill and they're thinking, oh, I can probably get a couple more here. It's not the worst thing in the world because they've got so many rounds spare that they're not feeling too much pressure. 12-3. There is a buy to work through with Serbia, and they're going to go quick. In fact, Viku's going to be tested.
Yeah, really fast, and no one's actually thrown a utility or even cleared under Shadow, so she gets one, can't get the second, but Lena in the crossfire. There's just no utility. They have to fight in the open against some of the strongest aimers, but those headshots come through for Serbia. The response is fast. Angelica slips through. Letty's just charging into the side as well. They are overwhelming and running down Serbia. There's nothing they can do. Poland make quick work of them.
What a game. What a game. Poland, this side are so scary. There was mistakes made, but it's just one of those things where who cares, right? It just doesn't make a difference. Poland are so strong that they know if they make mistakes in terms of their team play in these sort of best of ones, at least currently, they know that their individuals can bail them out. They know that just the raw mechanics can win them a lot of these rounds, and that's all they had to do in towards that one. I think this is the big thing with this Polish side. I don't think until we get to best of threes that they're really going to be tested in a true way. That's where we have to look at the veto, and then they have to sort of start playing for themselves properly, but they don't need a strap book right now. They know that they can play loose and play this a bit like a pug. And hey, why not? Because it worked. I mean, we're taking a look at some of these highlights as well, and from the get-go, Lucy, it was dominant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm part of the camp that believes you should always just play the best possible Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I think when it comes to these best of ones in the group stage, I think they can just play this stupidly aggressive, overconfident, disrespectful Counter-Strike, and it's going to work. In the group stages, that's definitely where I agree they're going to be tested, particularly when they go up, or if they go up against teams like Sweden, like Denmark, like Portugal, the other favorites that are here in this qualifier. But yeah, in this best of one environment in the group that they have as well, where they are by a large degree the clear favorite to top the group, if it works, why not? And yeah, we saw it. This is an incredibly fast game, by the way. This was like a 20-minute best of one because Poland were playing with blistering pace.
Yeah, I mean, when they're on their T side, Poland are making sure these rounds were done quickly. Fights taken in the first kind of 10 to 20 seconds where there was fights of pretty big importance. They were cracking open sides. They were more than happy to come barreling in. I don't really blame them, honestly. Really, really good work coming through. And I think a good showing from Poland, which is just, at least we can say here and say, at least mechanically, they're doing well. This summer player break or whatever hasn't affected them. They're warmed up. They're crisp. They're ready, which is all the positives we want to see. Didn't have to dip too deep into that strat book. And yeah, I am interested to see maybe what sort of level they'll show against the stronger teams like your Portugals, like your Denmarks, your Swedens, whether they'll actually keep a similar sort of mindset until it goes wrong. And then they're like, okay, well, now let's actually play proper rounds. But for Poland, for them, that's a really good showing, a really good sign on all the rest. And well, probably a sign of things to come for them. We're going to go to a break. When we are back, we got a bit of an extended one because that game was so quick. When we are back, we got more Counter-Strike action on your screens. Sit tight. We'll see you soon.